Now I would like to call upon our last and the fourth co-pilot, youth leader Tony Matthew, to please come on the podium. Give a thunderous round of applause for youth leader Tony. Youth leader Tony, title of his speech, A Tall Boy. A Tall Boy, youth leader Tony Matthew.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Am I tall?
No.
Yes. What a big confusion. Now look, youth leader Varuni and youth leader Visnay are my classmates. Now tell me, am I tall?
No. Yes.
Really tall?
No.
Thank you, youth leaders. Respected master of ceremonies, toastmasters, dignitaries, respected parents, fellow youth leaders, and my dear friends. A very good evening to you all.
Good evening.
Height is indeed a great blessing. It fetches you a lot of respect. When youth leader Basri, our president, saw me for the first time, she respectfully asked me, "Sir, could you please move and allow a youth leader to sit here?" Not only she, but Toastmasters also respect me a lot. Most of them still call me sir. When Toastmaster Rajiv uncle saw me for the first time, he asked me, "Sir, are you here for your son or for your daughter?" I replied, No, uncle, I am studying in class 8th. Then Rajiv uncle asked, "Why? Your parents were late in sending you to school in time." By the way, where is this adult education going on here in Jubail? I did a bit of research and found out that over 300 years ago, my great-great-grandfather, Mr. Alexander Matthew the Great, was so tall that he had to say coffee in the morning. And by the time the sound reached my great-great-grandmother, it used to be afternoon. And that coffee takes 3 hours to reach his stomach. My sister is only 6 inches taller than I am, and she has just passed her 12th standard. But my mother is always worried about her marriage. So, whenever she sees a tall young boy, she immediately stands up to him and measures his height. And if she feels that he is taller than my sister, she enters it in her diary to go to his parents later. Last week I saw her diary. It had no entries in it at all. Forget about my sister. My mother is worried about my marriage too. She says, "With such a height, who will give you that daughter?" And now, whenever she sees a tall girl, she immediately seeks her whereabouts. Last week, my mother saw a tall girl standing here in youth leadership program. He suddenly went to Toastmaster Rajiv uncle and asked, "Sir, who is this girl? I want to fix her marriage with Tony." Toastmaster Rajiv uncle replied, "Oh, come on, ma'am. Tony is just in 8th standard, while she is in 12th standard." My mother replied, "No problem, sir. We will get him married to her after 4 years." At school, because of my height, I received an awful lot of respect from our respected principal Hamid sir. One day, I was out with my classmate who is even smaller than youth leader Vismay, and unfortunately, we were late in reaching the class. And while we were walking along the corridor, just before we entered our class, Hamid sir, who was on his rounds, came and called me. Sir, parents are not allowed in this area during school hours." And he came nearer and saw my classmate and said, "Sir, this wing is only for the senior section. Please take your son to the KG section, which is over there." It took me a lot of time in convincing him that I was actually a student. Every year, during the new session, these new lady teachers enter the class And the boys stand up in respect and wish them good morning. And they say humbly, please sit down. And when they see me, they say, please sit down. And I have to stand up and tell them, okay ma'am, I am sitting now. Because even though I am sitting, they think that I am standing. And now whenever they see me, they think that I am an inspection officer or a member of the managing committee who has come to gauge their performance levels. So that they start teaching very seriously and they go in depth. And they repeatedly ask me, sir, am I right? I say, yes ma'am, you are absolutely right. Even if I didn't understand a single word of it. And now just see. There I was the sergeant at arms last time and I used to do it all alone. But now they have 2 boys, half my size doing the job. So my dear friends, don't you all agree that being tall fetches you respect?
Yes.
It at least works on me. Thank you and over to you, MC.